Hey, what's the right players? So I saw the Super Mario Brothers movie, and what did I think? Well, TRDW, I thought it was a good movie. But before I go any further, I just want to let you know that there will be spoilers in this video. I repeat, there will be spoilers. So if you have not seen the movie, go ahead and watch the movie, and then come back here and watch the rest of this video. Good? Are we on the same page here that there will be spoilers in here? All right, last chance, and let's get into the rest of the video. Alright, so how it goes that Bowser takes over the Ice Kingdom, gets their Power Star, and then it cuts to Mario and Luigi starting up their plumbing business in Brooklyn. Later on, they find a warp pipe in the sewers in New York and proceed to get separated. Luigi ends up in Bowser's Kingdom and Mario ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom. And it's up to Mario to rescue his brother from Bowser. Pretty simple story, pretty safe, but honestly I think it did its job well enough. I mean, it's a Mario movie. Are you really expecting like a grand Lord of the Rings epic? No, honestly, I just needed a good simple movie, and it delivered, especially since I went into this movie feeling a little bit nervous and I went in with low expectations, and honestly I feel like the movie just did the job they needed to do well. I will say the pacing did seem like it was a little fast. Like I feel like the movie could have been just a little bit longer so that they could have made just certain things longer. For example, Peach's reaction to seeing Mario because he's the first human that she's seen seems like it's kind of a big deal, especially since they kind of dive into her backstory, which I don't know, this is probably like the first instance where we've seen any semblance of a backstory for Peach, and so I really would have liked to have seen more of that, but we didn't. The movie just kept on going. There wasn't really too much screen time with Luigi, which I'll talk more about Luigi later, but it seemed like there was a part where there was a part where it seemed like they were setting up for a sort of like a Luigi's Mansion side plot with Luigi, which would have been really interesting, but no, it didn't go anywhere. He just gets captured, and yeah, then most of the movie just goes back to Mario. So I don't know, I think the pacing was a little bit too fast, especially when we were just jumping from location to location to location and we have a montage to getting to the next destination. I don't know, I just wanted to spend a little bit more time in this new world. But onto the characters and cast. I thought the characters are great. It was really cool to being able to see the Mario characters on a big screen. I will say highlights, of course, have to go to Charlie Day as Luigi and Jack Black as Bowser. Jack Black, you can tell that he was having so much fun with this role, and it almost seems like they made Bowser tailor-made for Jack Black with just all the scenes that he was involved in. And of course, all the singing. Like, it does seem like this might be something that Bowser would do in the games, maybe like in the Mario and Luigi games, seeing this sort of like silly love-struck part of Bowser. But you can definitely tell that they made the movie version of Bowser just completely with Jack Black in mind. And then Charlie Day sounds amazing as Luigi. Like, I'll always be partial to Charles Martinet, but if they had to have someone else play Luigi, honestly Charlie Day did an amazing job with him. And honestly, it sounded really natural, which is part of the reason why I wanted to see more of him, because he just fits so well. All right, and then we get Chris Pratt as Mario. I warmed up to him. I will admit it was pretty clever how they did the fake out in the beginning, where during the commercial, Chris Pratt was doing the Italian accent and actually sounded like Mario for a bit. But then we come to find out that was just a bit for the commercial, not how he would sound the rest of the movie. But I mean, he sounds fine enough. That said, although coming off of that same scene, it was a huge delight to hear Charles Martinet, not only once but twice, because he was also Mario's father. I'm so glad that they had him in the movie in some sort of way. I will say Cranky Kong's voice did not match at all. It was actually really distracting. He definitely needed to sound a bit older. I mean, maybe you don't need to make him sound like how he did in the Donkey Kong Country cartoon, but definitely needed to sound a little bit older. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, I'm indifferent. He sounded fine. Wouldn't be my first choice, but I think it was alright. Although I could really do without needing to hear the Seth Rogen laugh out of DK. Kind of weird, but I mean, it was cool that Donkey Kong and Mario had a rivalry, which was kind of a throwback. Visually, I thought the movie looked pretty nice. It took a while to get used to some of the designs, since a lot of the Mario characters, their designs have stayed the same for many years, but they look pretty good in this movie. The animation all around the board was smooth and snappy, and they really outdid themselves during the set pieces where there's like a million things happening at once, and when the camera would be on the side to make it look like a 2D Mario game. Really cool. I really love those moments. I feel like there's just so many things to keep an eye on, so many background elements. This was definitely a movie that you would need multiple viewings to be able to catch everything. Or you could just wait until the Mario fans do all the hard work and find every single Easter egg and put them in videos. In fact, that's probably already happened. I really like the music. Music was really, really good. And I really appreciate the sound cues from the Mario games. I'll be honest, I didn't really care too much for the licensed music. They seemed very out of place. I don't know if this is just an Illumination thing or focus test groups say, hey, you need to have I Need a Hero, even though so many movies have already had I Need a Hero play. But I personally would have wished that there were more original scores or remix scores from the video games. As for small touches that the movie had that I thought was really cool, it's interesting that Mario in the movie does not like mushrooms, which I guess is something that both movie Mario and movie Sonic can both agree on. Really happy to see all the different Kongs represented. Again, there's probably going to be videos showing every single Kong that the movie had. Personally, I was just happy to see Diddy Kong. He's my favorite. It's interesting that this movie is the first time that they acknowledge that Mario and Luigi are from Brooklyn, rather than just saying that they've always been a part of the Mushroom Kingdom. And considering that Shigeru Miyamoto was heavily involved with overseeing the whole movie, that makes it even more interesting. I don't know, I really like it. It really makes the movie feel like they're just drawing on so many aspects of Mario throughout the generations and just putting them all in this movie. And despite the movie playing it safe for the most part, it's really cool to see Nintendo branching out and giving movies another chance. And hopefully, since this movie at the time of this recording is pretty mixed with critics, but it seems like the fans love it, and you know they're gonna make a buttload of money, and I'm hoping that money will allow other IPs get adapted on the big screen. I'm really looking at Star Fox and Metroid. And of course there's a teaser at the end with the Yoshi egg, which is a little confusing because there was a scene like during the montage sequence where we saw a bunch of Yoshis running in the background. So I mean, we've already seen them, so I feel like it's not that much of a surprise, but who knows, maybe Yoshi will play a more pivotal role in the sequel. But yeah, overall, I like the movie. Pretty sure that if you have kids, they will especially enjoy it and they will probably cherish this movie and be super nostalgic for it. But yeah, Nintendo, great job on taking a chance here. What did you think of the Mario movie? I'm assuming if you've watched this whole video that you have seen it by now, or if you just didn't care. But if you have seen the movie, comment down below what you thought of it. If you're looking for a non-denominational church, link to the church locator in the description. If you're interested in studying the Bible or you'd like to hang out, link to my Discord is also down below. Once again, thanks so much for watching this video, and until next time, peace.